I have a theory as to why Gen Z is aging like milk. If you don't know, I am Gen Z, okay? I'm an '03 baby, just turned 21 like 2 weeks ago. But for some reason, when I come on this goddamn app, niggas think I'm like 30. And that got me thinking like, damn, why do people think I'm 30? And then I dumbed it down to two options. Option one, I'm just ugly as hell. Or option two, it's because Gen Z and millennials have the same parents. And what I mean by that is, yes, we have the same parents, but our age gap is crazy. Like, they had you at 20, but they had me at 40. I'll put this into perspective, bro. I am 21 years old. 21 years old, right? My dad is 62. 62 years old, bro. And it's not just me, bro. I've been asking around. Like, a lot of millennials' age gap between their parents is like 20 years, but with Gen Z, it's like 40. But I don't really know how that affects the infant, though. I don't know if that shit make you look older or something, but they was having Gen Z late as shit. I could be sounding dumb right now. I don't really know the science behind having children older and how that affects how they look, but hey, man, that's just my little theory, man.
Okay, I'm a zillennial, meaning I'm a senior citizen Gen Z or like a baby millennial. Also, look at this cute shirt I made. I literally just ripped up this monster shirt and put a safety pin. Okay, so back in my day, we really didn't have access to like substances like y'all do. And the crack epidemic like scared our parents shitless. I mean, my dad was slanging crack, and the opioid epidemic / his alcoholism, took him out. What goes around comes back around. Anyway, Gen Z like saw millennials go off to college and try to be successful. And like, it didn't work. Most millennials be living at their parents' house, but if my parents were still alive, I'd be living there too, trust me. I don't like hustling. But anyway, so they saw that, and they saw like the active like collapse of society. And I think they were like, fuck this shit. Like, millennials still thought that, the Mary Jane was gonna have them strung out on the street, dying. But like, when that didn't happen, Gen Z saw that, and they were like, Snoop Dogg, who? I remember being in like my junior year of college, allegedly. And my shaggy of a friend at the time, also fuck you if you're watching. But anyway, he was like, yeah, like Jason, I don't know what the fucking kid's name was. Jason, like the little freshman dude, he has a dab lab in his dorm room. And I'm like, a dab lab? What the fuck is a dab? I'm like, you mean the little dancey dance? And he's like, no, like they take like this honey shit and then they burn it with a torch, and like apparently you get like 50 times more like zooted. And I'm like, oh my god, we have to try that. But the dab lab got shut down before we could. But y'all was doing things like that. And also like, you were like deep in COVID when you were like a teenager. And Trump has been y'all's main president too. And then you saw the BLM protest, and then them funky people trying to take over the White House on January 6th. So I think y'all were like, fuck this, live fast, die young. And that's what y'all doing, and I don't blame you. But like, when you live fast, die young, you gonna look like it a little bit. People still shook that I'm 28. I act like a damn toddler. Anytime people have to like ID me for like 21 plus shit, like they interrogate me, they're like, you are not 21. I'm like, bitch, I'm 28. Anyway, I think that Gen Z are just more brave millennials. And I think millennials just want to be left the fuck alone, but also like not end up on the street,
Notice how millennials don't seem to be aging quite like the generations before?
Millennials age differently from the older generation and this newest generation. Does that make sense? The older generation, they look exactly like their age, right? A 50-year-old looks like a 50-year-old. A 20-year-old looks like a 20-year-old, right? Millennials, they either look way too old for their age or they look way too young, and there's no in between. Does that make sense? And the newest generation come here, they all just look like adults at this point. Every single person in the newest generation already look like they have a house and they're paying a mortgage. And that's because of stress, right? The older generation, they stressed a good amount. This millennial generation, we have too many things to stress about. And this newer generation, they kind of just gave up. They already gave up before it even started.
A lot of you guys that are making fun of millennials look like you are millennials. So that's embarrassing for you. I literally thought you guys were in your 30s and you're like 21.
So I'm high school class of '07, and middle school, even a bit through high school, like none of us looked like models, okay? We all were nerdy. We all had this awkward phase. Gen Z, I don't even know. You guys come straight out of a motherfucking Vogue magazine. It's weird, like all y'all are good looking, but then also all y'all look older than what you are. It's like there was no glow up phase for y'all. And what's scary is like going out. Luckily at the nightclubs, you gotta be 21 to get in. And I swear to you, some of the girls I meet that are 21 be looking like they're 25 or 26. And don't get me started on the guys. I swear, almost every young guy I meet looks like a motherfucking NFL star that's like 35. Looking like Channing and Jonah in 21 Jump Street.
Somebody recently told me that they thought I was 36 years old. And I'm not. Just to be clear, I'm not close. Close-ish. I'm not 36. Do I look 36? I mean, I definitely have gray hair, but like if I take my glasses off and you like really look at my face, do I look 36 years old? I guess I could. I don't know. I've seen 36-year-olds that look younger than me, but I don't feel like I even dress like a 36-year-old. I don't feel like I give off 36-year-old vibes. In my mind and body, I still feel like I'm 16. So, I mean, sometimes I hurt like I'm 36 years old. Like, sometimes my knees hurt, like I'm 36. But, like, I still feel like a teenager for the most part. Like, I'm a teen mom with 3 boys, and I've been married for a while. Anyway, how old do I look? That's what I want to know. Do I look 36? Because if you say I look 36, I'll be like, okay, that person wasn't crazy. But since this person said it to me, I haven't stopped thinking about it. And none of my family thinks that I look 36, because of course I've asked everybody, because I've been like, do I look 36? Anyway, let me know.
Have you guys seen how millennials have been clapping back at Gen Z lately? Because, bitch, we all know that for months and months and years, Gen Z has been making fun of millennials for their skinny jeans and their side parts and their fucking rosé all day, like, stupid little quotes, right? These last, 2 weeks, there's been an uptick in creators making videos impersonating millennials, like Gen Z creators impersonating millennials. And instead of doing their usual commenting like, boo-hoo, like, you guys are so mean, what did we do wrong? They're starting to comment, and they're saying, you're not a millennial? You're a Gen Z? Are you sure? Because you look old as fuck. Have you been getting your baby Botox? Because you need, I'm not making a video making fun of them, because they're going to make me start crying. They're saying, are you sure you're not 35? You weren't born in 1992? Because you look old.
I keep seeing videos about people saying Gen Z looks old and millennials look a lot younger than them. With that being said, how old do you think I am? I don't know if it makes a big difference, but I took my hair down. Here's a side view, and let me go wash my makeup off and ask again. We're back. Here's me in all my glory. Now that you got a good look, how old do you think I am? I just find this trend so funny, because I've had people tell me I look like I'm in middle school. People tell me I look like I'm 26. So with that information, and I'm sure you've commented down below already how old you think I am, let me tell you how old I actually am. Drum roll, please. I'm 21. 21. Can you do something for me? Did you guess correctly, or were you way off? I'm excited to see what the comments look like. I mean, I'm a little scared now. I don't want to be called old. I mean, I don't use retinol for nothing. But anyways, thank you for participating in this experiment of mine. Until next time, see ya.
Gen Z looks older than their age.
Guess how old I am. Don't look at my...
I don't even need to ask you guys to guess how old I am, because I have multiple stories that just show that I look younger than what I actually am, because I'm 19, and a few months ago, my neighbor, she saw me taking out the trash, so she stopped me asking me how old I was, because she always sees me leaving in the morning for work, and I told her, oh, I'm 19. She looked at me crazy. She was like, I thought you were 14. I thought you still go to school. I was like, oh no, I still go to school, but I'm 19 and I hold down the job. She was like, well, go ahead. I was like, but yeah, so we do look younger than what we are.
So, this is just a quick question. Why is it that, everybody, did anybody, notice that, everyone is born in, the 90s, to, 90 to, 98, we all look young. And all of the motherfuckers that's born in 2000s look old as shit. No shade to Gen Z or whatever. But have y'all ever noticed, it's like, why are you 22 looking like you Rick Ross? Like, why is it that you look like you 46 at the age of 19? I am 30. Yes, I'm 30. I did that. Look at this. So it's just like, why is it that all of like the younger people looking like they supposed to be our age? I just got a question for y'all. Like, that's just my question.
How Gen Z looks so much older than they are, and they don't understand why.
I think I know. Let's start with what it's not. Gen Z does not look older because of buccal fat removal. Buccal fat gets bigger and drops with age. It doesn't get smaller as you get older, so it's not buccal fat. Theory number one is smoke from cannabis. Yes, we know that nicotine makes you look older and ages you, but any kind of smoke does that. And it seems like Gen Z, which kind of span in here, and millennials a little bit of both, so it's hard to know if it's which one. Pretty sure Gen Z has more exposure to cannabis smoke. Skin stuff, though, is harder to prove. The skin stuff is a little harder to prove. Gen Z and millennials seem to use sunscreen the same amount, but I'm almost positive that millennials use Botox a lot more than Gen Z, and Botox will somewhat reverse the clock. Because if you have lines there, Botox will reverse some of them, so we tend to look younger. There's lots of other reasons in my theories as well. If you have questions, let me know in the comments.
I really don't believe that I'm 26 years old. The reason why I look like this is because I found out that crispy...
You're 26. I'm 41. I normally have a really good answers. I can usually explain why anything is the way it is, but maybe because they stopped giving us real food in America when y'all was born. Maybe it's the vaccines. It could be the vaccines. It could be you've been in front of electronics for most of your life. 5G radiation. I'm a motor mouth. I always have something to say. I'm speechless. You're 26. I'm so sorry, baby.
I'm jacking millennials just don't want to grow up, because saying that Gen Z is aging like milk it's crazy to me. Because what y'all really need to be worrying about is why y'all 3rd and 4th graders are reading at kindergarten level. Did you not just see they upped the retirement to 70? We're working 40 hours a week and it takes 80% of our paycheck to pay for rent. We're stressed. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, our rent don't cost a sack of potatoes no more. We actually have to put in work. And before y'all even come at me, this is somebody that have their own apartment and making almost 6 figures a year. And I'm still broke. Because if y'all was up making 6 figures a year, you guys would be living lavish right now. I should be able to afford a house. And I can't. And it's not about me, oh, maybe if you save your money and da-da-da. Oh, I save. And guess where that money goes? Back on a bill. I know people that have over 2-3 degrees and they still cannot afford New York City rent. So what are we talking about here? And for y'all talking about, oh, I'm 30, 35 and I look 19, you don't. You look 35. I can see it in your hands, babes. I can see in your wrinkles, babes. I can see in your neck. Babes, you're reaching. Them little compliments the waiters be giving you talking about, oh my God, you look like her sister. They're lying. Because we don't look alike, stink. And I'm not even trying to be disrespectful, but worry about your own generation, gang. Because y'all kids can't even sit at a dining room table without iPads. We had crayons and coloring books. 4 cheap colored crayons that broke the moment you touched the paper, and we were happy. Your kids can't even hold a conversation. Their intellect is at a 0. Me personally, like, instead of worrying about Gen Z, I'll be worrying about why my child can't read. The help that y'all was getting, they canceled it before we can even turn 18. 21 even. We don't get that. Everything is going up but our wages. And y'all want us to work till we're 70? Y'all dumb in here. And respectfully, no shade, but to throw the whole forest, y'all look y'all age. I don't know who needs to tell y'all that, because it's not going to be the Jamaicans down the block. Y'all look y'all age. You're welcome.
There is only one sound in this entire world that will forever separate the old generation from the new one. For when the new generation hears it, they'll have no idea what we're talking about. But when the old generation hears it, we cringe. For we know the struggle we had to endure, that the new generation will never have to. So here's the one sound that will forever separate our generations.
Whole debate about Gen Z versus millennial looking younger than the other, and we are getting baked alive right now. And by we, I mean the older part of that, which is the millennials. A lot of y'all don't know my age. Y'all always ask me how old I am, especially on TikTok whenever I post these videos. Everyone's surprised when I tell them my actual age, right? I don't know what it is. Is it the fact that I don't grow facial hair like that, or like the boyish look, or what is it? But like, y'all have gotten my age wrong so many times. And I've said it in a bunch of our videos. And everyone's like, oh my God, that's crazy. You don't even look that old, Unc. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm still potentially a nephew and a cousin. Don't make me an uncle yet. I'm not working the barbecue just yet. I still got some spring years in me. Whenever I say that I'm 29 years old, everyone's like, whoa, that's crazy. You're pushing 30? You're pushing 30, Unc? Don't do that, because my best years are still ahead of me. I read a study somewhere, by the age of 32, men hit their physical peak, their physical prime. I'm 29. I'm still not even there yet. That's crazy.
Yeah.